Welcome, 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 welcome.
Welcome.
It is
Stitch Along Friday. Sorry. Time delay.
I thought maybe you'd jump right in.
Yeah. No. I had to switch. My brain had to switch to old name and new name.
I know. I think we might have to go back to the old name. No. Determined?
You were determined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look at now. You can see the.
I can. It actually is very, very good,
isn't it?
It is.
I moved where we were putting the comments on our big screen. I moved it, and I thought, oh, Lisa can't see, and for a year now she can't see. So suddenly today, I just thought, why not? See if we can move it. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can. That's good. Thank you. That's so nice of you to do that.
Hello, Wanda. Good morning. Oh, thank you. We just did not arrange that at all.
Yeah.
We just are blue top people today. Happy Friday to you too, Suzanne Healy. So glad you're here. And Pat Porteous is here. Good morning. Janet Wetlistoff.
Yep.
I love your name, Janet, but I'm just going to say hi, Janet. Good morning.
Joy, good to see you.
Good morning to you. Yeah, we just arrived and we looked at each other and went, yep, we did it again.
We did it again without, no planning. This is just what happens.
I don't know. It's also been really blue sky, blue ocean days.
Absolutely.
Because we've had the most amazing weather this week.
This week, absolutely. Yes.
What's 21 in Fahrenheit?
That's what, 42
she knows.
Plus, they say 32, but I would say low 70s.
Low 70s in April.
71, 72 in April.
And every day. Like we're actually hot when we go outside.
Yeah, we've broken records.
We've broken records, exactly.
All sorts of records.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's like, global warming, but for us, I know it's not going to last in April.
No. Next week it turns back again.
Yeah, exactly. So
this is a freak weather pattern.
Correct.
So,
I think I have a feeling it's pre rain and stuff at the end of April.
Absolutely.
Hello. Looks like Cynthia's here. Hello. Marley's here. Milady is here. I haven't seen you for a while, Milady. I'm so glad you're here. Elizabeth, hi. Sue Donnelly, must be Color Coordination Friday. Okay, we can call ourselves that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Good one, Sue. Are you wearing blue too, Sue? Oh, that's a lot of ooze.
Yeah.
Tammy, hello. You're in cloudy. Okay, don't worry. This hot weather will probably come your way pretty soon. Norma Farrow. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Isn't it amazing when it does happen that people think that that's absolutely amazing?
Absolutely.
But for us, we just go into our closet and think, hey, what does it look like outside? What do I feel like?
What haven't I worn for a while?
Yeah, right.
That's
clean? Oh, good morning. Oh, Roxy, you've got cold, snowy. Oh, and I'm sorry. We just started to talk about our beautiful
weather we've had this week.
21 Celsius and I don't know, 72 or something, 71 Fahrenheit.
Think, was it yesterday or the day before we got up to 23?
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
That's like middle of summer.
That's middle of summer, that's right.
Joy says it's 69.8, so we didn't quite reach the 70 until we went to 23. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joy. Marge, hello from sunny Florida. Snow here today. Oh my goodness, just a little New England stuff.
Oh.
In a couple of days, it looks like it will be spring again. Well, that's good. I mean, you've always got something to look forward to when, it changes so quickly and easily.
Absolutely, yes.
Lynn Vick is here. Patricia Rideout is here. Jean Morrison. And good morning to you all. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with everyone, but we try. We like to say your name.
We do. Donna, Sunny but chilly Berkeley. Wow.
Yes, and I guess that happens sometimes in the San Francisco area. Jillian Burst, hello everybody. Hello Jillian, it's good to see you too. Deb, you're here. I am in Chicago. Awesome. What are you doing in Chicago? You've got lots and lots and lots of, that's a long ways away. I was reading other things. Sorry, Deb. I'm glad you're there. Brenda is here. Dress alike. Is that right? I think that happens. There's this unspoken stuff that happens between people who are really close or work together. Typical of Colorado. Yeah, exactly. Lynn, Molitor 84. Yeah, South Florida. Come on. This is where we go, or people in the northern, in Canada go to get warm.
That's
we
right.
get that.
Yes.
But I'm glad it's sunny for you. That's good. Good morning, dreary day. Oh, good day to stitch. You're right, Sandy. I forgot where you live, Sandy, in the prairies. Do you remember what the province is? I've forgotten, Sandy. Tell us where you live so we know we can locate you. Amber says, hello from Kansas. Good morning. It's a nice spring day in the UK. And that rhymes.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Drizzly, chilly. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm trying to catch up with you all. Okay. Hello. Oh, that's Loretta.
Yeah.
Hello. And Deb Summerlawn says, babysitting my youngest grandchildren. Oh, you lucky thing. You have grandchildren. Hola, says Magalita Perez. Yep. Hello. Hola to you too. Feliz dia. I think that's congratulations. No.
Yeah.
Good day. Wonderful day. Probably.
Yeah.
Good morning from El Paso.
Good day.
Yes.
Good day.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Vicky says, good morning from El Paso. Nice and windy. Sandy, thank you. Southern Missouri. Isn't
I was going to say
funny?
Kansas, but
I keep thinking of you, Sandy, as a Canadian, and I don't know where that came from because I know that Suzanne is Canadian, so maybe I get the two of your locations mixed up. I don't get the two of you mixed up, though, which is important. So there's lots of people that have come on board, which is great. I'm just going to check and see how many of... we've already got 41 people here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you. And I know you're sitting at home, still, trying to isolate and trying to be sure that you don't catch it, even though we're all progressing along the old vaccine path.
Yep.
Hopefully you're all healthy and that you are keeping everyone in your environment healthy. And we're doing the same for sure.
You're getting your shot this weekend, aren't you?
I'm getting mine on Sunday.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice thing. And my partner, who is actually much younger than me, decided he'd go for the AstraZeneca vaccine. He says, well, I'm not a woman, so, it's not going to bother me.
Yeah,
it's not exactly a good reason to get one, but he just jumped on it. And all of the people that can get the AstraZeneca, I think they're very lucky, and I don't think that you're in any danger whatsoever, because as far as I understand, there is an easy, and if you're quick, you can go to the hospital and get treated right away. So get it if you can. Sandy is, wish I were. Oh, yeah. You wish you were in the prairie, in the Canadian provinces. And says, good morning from Wisconsin. Cold, but, and I think that's the sun. Diane is here too. From Ontario. We have so many people from all over the world.
We do indeed.
But the majority, it seems, are from the States and from North America. Or, and then there's some South America. Dory will be coming on board. She's from Czechoslovakia.
Absolutely.
And I think that there's a number of people in Australia and New Zealand. They have a harder time, though.
They do, because it's usually like the middle of the night.
I know, and they still make it sometimes. It's phenomenal. Yeah, Joy, I think that the AstraZeneca and the other vaccine are made differently.
Yes.
The both of those are made differently. And so if you get the Pfizer or the Moderna, you're not going to have any issues, from what I understand. But Richard did have a couple of days where he was really tired.
Oh,
so
did he?
He had to ramp up his immune system, and that takes it out of you. So
absolutely.
But everything, it was wonderful. Oh, you've already got your second shot. Way to go, you guys. Keep it up. We all want everyone.
Absolutely.
Everyone protected.
Definitely. And I saw Lorraine joined in a little bit ago, too.
Oh, so. Did you? I didn't even... Hi, Lorraine.
Yeah.
I said that you may join us, and there you are.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you, too. So, I think you've been preparing for this morning.
The Stitch of the Week. Yes.
And that Stitch of the Week should be out at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock,
on our YouTube channel.
And the Stitch of the Week this week is called the Waffle Stitch, or otherwise known as the Norwich Stitch.
I always thought it was a delicious sounding stitch rather than, like, Norwich is nice, but waffles, I mean, I love waffles. So,
true.
Like waffles.
Yeah, I'm thinking I've got to make waffles. I haven't had them for a long time. But the reason it's most commonly known as the Norwich Stitch is the waffle stitch is used in knitting and crocheting and all sorts of other things. So it's most commonly known as the Norwich stitch, although they are, both names are used quite often. So.
Yeah, they are actually, and I think Norwich is probably used more often, especially in needlepoint world, canvas stitching world, because there's a number of other stitches that also have that name in knitting and in. I think there's one that has like just some little stitches in needlepoint or canvas work.
Yes. Yeah.
So I understand, but I still like waffle stitch.
Yeah.
It just sounds so yummy. And it actually looks like a waffle.
It does, actually. It has that look. So it is used on our Beyond Cross Stitch.
Let me show the pillow.
Show that?
This is the pillow that we've seen every week for 4 weeks.
Well, last week, we missed last week. Because,
did we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes. But it has been shown a lot.
It has been shown a lot, and it
is such a beautiful pillow.
It totally is, and the pillow itself is gorgeous, but so is this piece.
Yes.
Look at the waffle stitch, especially when it's done with these over-dyes.
Over-dyed threads, absolutely.
I just love the fact that the stitch shows to its best advantage because each one looks different.
Yes. Yeah. And so it is from Beyond Cross Stitch, level 3, number 5.
Oops. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. So the cool thing about these stitches that we're putting on YouTube is that we're making them very short.
Yes.
And there is no hints given, no tricks, nothing. No. I'm not talking. But you can refresh yourself. Like you can go to the classes in our academy and take the entire course so that you know where to start. And basically, when I stitch it for you, I stitch it like the entire thing gets stitched.
Exactly. And I have to say the video is very truncated
on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes, but not in the class.
Not in the class. That's right.
So the class gives you everything you need to know in order to stitch those stitches. But the cool thing about the videos on YouTube is that if you've forgotten kind of how it goes, how you start especially, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Lisa did some great editing and she did just the first few stitches to get going.
Yeah, I can't quite remember if I did a couple of beginning stitches and then a couple of the end stitches. I'm not too sure if I...
Well, all I know is that you get an idea of how it works.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, the waffle stitch is stitched over an odd number of threads.
Yes, it is.
So when you see a waffle stitch in one of my patterns, you'll probably see that one part of it, like 2 sides, are going to be inside one of the square. Like it isn't covering the entire, say, 6 or 8 squares, right, of the graph.
Yes.
So it's just almost halfway to the edge of the last 2 sides, and that can be confusing. So always start in the place where you know the waffle stitch. How the waffle stitch starts.
Yes.
Because if you don't have that, then you don't know how to continue and how far to go. And then you just count threads just like it says in the diagram.
Yeah, it's kind of, I was going to say roads-like.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very similar actually. It's got a really cute pattern though. Instead of like the road stitch keeps going in the same way, the waffle stitch, it's got a little trick.
You're constantly crossing the stitches.
So you're starting on one side of the first stitch you made. So you've got 2 stitches like this. You start on one side of the first stitch you made, and then you start on the other side of the first stitch you made. So you're basically making a cross every time, and the cross gets bigger and bigger. It's easy to say, but not easy unless you look and observe.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Oh, look at Ellen is here, and everyone's been talking a little bit about the shots. Good for you. We've got shot envy, actually.
Yes.
We have vaccine envy because in Canada we just don't get the supplies.
Well, Joy there, I think, is in Alberta, so she's lucky enough to get hers. So.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And, there are many people that are the right age group or whatever the province is. I mean, they're all doing their best. Yeah. But we've had supply shortages. We've had supply delays. Like, we just don't get the vaccines all the time. And therefore, we still have to wait a considerable amount.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, by the end of this year, we may ramp up to have... a manufacturing plant in Canada.
Well, that would be good.
Don't you think?
I think so. I think they should have thought of this last year, but, a little too late. But
I have a feeling there was one in Canada, and I think they let it go or something, because I don't know why. It's just, apathy, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, we're very happy and lucky to get what we get, but we're very slow in Canada, I have to say. Oh, there you go. I saw Lorraine now from Perth. Thank you. There we go. Southwest Kansas from Barb Looney and Susan Robinson. Hello. And everybody's going, hello, hello, hello. Lots of Moderna shots. Okay. It's a spring day. Oh, Ellen, you're from Scotland. How exciting. We love it when people come from other countries.
We do.
Or other continents.
Yeah. And Jillian says it's 5:30 here in England.
5:30 a.m. No, p.m.
PM.
Has to be p.m. Yeah, exactly. On this day. Got my second on Wednesday. Hubby got his second. Okay, good. You guys are great. You're just doing it all right.
Absolutely.
We don't care, actually. We have envy. But, you know, we don't care necessarily that you guys are getting your second shot already.
Yeah, lucky you. That's all I can say.
Yes, but, I mean, it doesn't matter who we are. We have to all, as a whole world of people, all get it. So, you know, some will get it earlier than others, but that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I've registered. I'm just waiting for my phone call to make the appointment.
There we go. And people are talking about that. And now, Tanya's saying, I use the waffle stitch a lot. So versatile.
Yes, it is.
Tanya, where do you use it? It'd be really interesting to find out where you use it. Waffle is also in weaving. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
But waffles,
thank you.
Also on my breakfast table. It's really delicious.
Yes, quit talking food. I haven't had any breakfast. I haven't had my yogurt yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just talk about food the entire time, especially chocolate.
Okay, well, I can talk about chocolate any day, but
I was just trying to bug you. Okay, not really. Okay, so everyone has comparing notes on the shots, and good for you for having them. So we have some models.
We do.
To show the waffle stitch besides the original.
Yes.
And I loved stitching it on this pattern.
Loved it. It really turned out beautiful. This is, of course, silk wisteria.
Tanya just answered. That's where she does it. She puts them on needlepoint designs.
Yes.
That's kind of thought so, but thank you for telling us.
So here's the, silk wisteria.
Yeah.
And the waffle stitch is this one right here.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's a very
light green.
Here, let me hold it for you because it's a little more difficult when you're laid back like you are.
Oh, I don't see it as well, so I'm not too sure where I am in the camera.
I know. Here I am, you guys. You got to be able to see it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we had a little bit of a blip.
Blip?
I think so. It's possible.
I think we're still okay.
I think we're still okay. Yeah. So don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave. We're still here.
Exactly.
Say they can see us.
Yes, they will. So anyway, we've got the waffle right here, and I've now got it in focus. Yay! Anyway, this is called silk wisteria. And silk wisteria is one of the many of the gazebos that are on sale this weekend. Yes. Yay!
Yeah.
Because it has a garden, and we have a garden thing. Thank you for telling us you're still there. Thank you. And this one also has the Rhodes Hearts, which we did a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yes, we did.
So that's on our YouTube channel.
And I think it also has some silk ribbon stitches there, too.
Yeah, which some of them are on our YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay, and then there's the bottom. This was actually, I think I did the top of this first.
Wasn't it for a magazine?
No, it was for, I don't know what it was for. I just loved doing it. It was like a gazebo. So that was my first time I'd ever did a gazebo. Yeah. And I remember I was in touch with a distributing company at that time, and they asked me to come down with my 4 designs to put it up on their wall. No, it was more than 4. It was about 8. And so that when they were sitting in the booth in the trade show, that I could be there at the trade show with them and my pieces would be displayed. I was over the moon. I was so excited. So I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was hot and it was, very difficult for me because I really don't like the heat very much. But anyway, got there, did the display, put this up, and it didn't sell. And I was so surprised because I thought it was really cool. The other things sold quite well, but it was just the top. So from here up, and it was like a canvas work design in a way too. Anyway, so I thought, well, this is ridiculous. Why isn't this going? And I had done samplers before, other samplers. Anyway, I put the rest of the sampler underneath it, published it. Yeah, exactly. And guess what? It just went like wildfire. So people were looking for this part of things, which I thought was really sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, they tell the story.
I love the stories that go along with them.
Thank you. And thank you for telling us that we're still here. Yeah, we had a blip on this end, but I have it set so that even if we lose connection, the stream still keeps going, which you may not be aware of, and it's working.
Yes.
I have to reset it every time.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Very clear. Still here. Everyone's rhyming. Hello, my fellow stitchers.
Hi, Sylvie.
Good to see you.
Now, here's another place where you've used the waffle stitch. You haven't used it that often.
No,
or
I
at
know.
least I haven't been able to find it that often.
Which is?
Frankincense.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I should use it more often.
You should use it more often.
And I guess, you know, it is actually, oh, Beverly's here. Yay! You're in. But it's really also, this was also kind of more to do with canvas work.
Yes.
I had just been introduced to it, and I thought, well, if it can work on canvas, why can't it work on linen?
On linen, absolutely.
So this is frankincense, and as you can see, there are the waffle stitches at the bottom, very similar to our original Beyond Cross Stitch. Sorry for the focus. I just want you all to know that we are working on a new camera. I've just ordered it. And remember last week I was able to get everything in focus eventually by putting it down on the desk and have the camera on it.
Yes.
So we're going to do that, but I have to still set it up, and I had to pay for a very expensive camera, so I'm sorry.
You're blowing the budget again.
I have. I thought it was so nice. Everyone had such a good reaction when people said it.
Absolutely. It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it. You guys can see better. Tammy says she loves the waffle stitch.
It's fun. It's a fun stitch to do.
Yeah. Diane is here.
And I think you've got another model on your side, don't you, for the waffle stitch?
Wait a minute. Which one? What?
It should be N is for nurse.
No, I don't have it here.
Well, I did bring it out. Did you hide it somewhere?
Notice how she blames me right away. Did you hide it somewhere?
You did. You do that. You come around and go, no, I don't want that one. I don't want that one.
I don't see it anywhere, sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And it's for nurse?
And it's for nurse.
And where would you have put it?
I would have put it right here.
And I didn't touch that side of things.
Yeah,
She's going to blame me anyway.
I know. It's definitely not there.
She just imagined she pulled it out. That's why.
I'm going to go see if I can find it in the box. I bet you I can't.
It's not over there.
You know what? Guess where it is.
Where? I don't think that's it. Sorry.
No, you're right. It's not it. It was almost the same color.
Sylvie wants to do the waffle stitch
Guess where it is.
Where? Oh, she dropped it. Now look what happens. See, when you accuse other people?
I know, karma.
Yep.
Karma gets you.
Yep, exactly.
And I was even stepping on it. Look at that. That's all. I'm going to have to press it now. Okay. This is N. Where is it?
N is for nurse. N is for
nurse.
waffle stitch. Oh, no, it's for the Norwich stitch.
Norwich stitch.
That's right. And we had to do it that way because the W, there wasn't any room for the W. Sorry, the waffle stitch on the W.
So the waffle stitch is right down there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, it would be probably easier if we just don't try to do it from the top. There we go. Look at those colors.
Yeah.
And you guys will be able to see it better once my other camera is here.
Yes.
By the way, N is for nurse is such a cool pattern because it is focused on our nurses.
Yes.
Hello. And I know some of you have been nurses yourselves or are still nurses. Nurses are great stitchers.
Absolutely.
And they're also extremely wonderful when you are not feeling well. So, and you're in the hospital. I just admire their, not just their expertise, which is considerable.
Their dedication.
Yeah, and the kindness, right? It's amazing to me. I mean, sure, you can get the occasional nurse Cratchit, whatever the name of that woman is.
That's right, exactly.
I guess. I've never met one. All the nurses I've ever known, they're just kind and they understand that you're going through something and they're not taking it personally if you say, go away.
True. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I know. They get a lot of abuse. And I think that they're all wonderful. So N is for nurse is really heartfelt.
Yeah.
Donna Granger says she gave N is for nurse to her daughter-in-law when she graduated.
Nice.
What a nice thing to do. I betcha that they, that she really liked it. And any nurse would love to have that. Sylvie wants to do the waffle stitch too. Tanya says, do you prefer an even weave when you do a pattern that uses stitches such as the waffle stitch? I think so.
Yeah.
I think some people were talking about canvas before, which is also an even weave if you really think about it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't do a waffle stitch on Ada cloth.
No,
for
really.
example. No, that would be difficult.
Or it would get really big if you were using all of the holes.
Yes.
A waffle would be this big.
Yes. Yeah.
Even weave is the best for almost all of the specialty stitches that we use, unless you want them to be twice the size that they are.
Yeah.
I don't know quite what other kind of fabric you would be thinking of, Tanya, or whether it's an even weave or so let us know. You are so nice. Thank you, Anne. We are so nice. I'm not sure who you are. I think she was talking about Donna being nice.
Oh.
We just take the compliment.
Yeah.
No, Donna, you are so nice. Absolutely. Sylvie says, I used to stitch when doing my night shift when doing home palliative care years ago. See, there's a nurse who does some stitching.
Absolutely. I bet you they don't have time to stitch right now. So
no, I guess not. I had a friend who was a psychiatric nurse, and she did the night shift, and she said, of course there were emergencies, but I think probably she got to stitch a couple of hours at least
each night
during the night.
Yeah.
And she did so much stitching. I mean, if you go to work and you stitch for 2 hours.
Absolutely. And it's quiet at night.
Yeah.
And,
if everything's done. Yeah, for sure. Hi, Kathy Bird. You're here. Beautiful. Good to see you.
Hi, Tedra.
Tedra's in Phoenix. Yeah. Hello. I stitched on my breaks or knitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also you probably wouldn't want to do complicated stitching
no.
when you're at work.
Mostly cross stitch, I would think. But
or any kind of stitching that's like calming, like you were saying. It's calming. If it were me, I'd probably want to do the weaving in a hardanger piece, because if you've got a large hardanger piece and you've got all of the cluster blocks all nicely set up, then you just start weaving and it gets really calming.
Definitely.
To me. But then I've done a lot of hardanger.
For me, it would be the cluster blocks. I love the feel of doing cluster blocks or satin stitches or.
Yes, exactly. Something that makes you feel calm. Amber says, thank you. You're very kind. You're a pediatric nurse for 10 years. Wow. We both admire you, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. That must be really tough, too, emotionally.
It certainly would be, yes.
Pat Henke says, I had... Oh, wait a minute. Where's Pat Henke? Oh, she... Okay, there you are. All the surgery, I had the nurses gave me shots that didn't hurt.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to say. Tanya meant even weave such as Lugana instead of linen. Yes, for sure. Yeah. As long as the weave is even, you're in good, you've got the right type of fabric for the waffle stitch.
Hey,
there we go. Lorraine is already interpreting you. You're so correct. And Tanya, even though linen looks like it's not very even, because the thick and the thin is there.
The fibers themselves are not even.
Oddly enough, even though the fibers themselves can sometimes be thick or thin, you would be surprised how even the stitches look. Because they even out. Like if you're, especially the waffle stitch, you're covering a whole bunch, like 9 or something. Yeah. Or 13. I've forgotten how many. I don't remember.
It could be 9.
But you're covering so many of them that it's the average that actually ends up making everything even.
Yes.
So linen is very even eventually, but it just doesn't look it as you're stitching it. But even crosses that go over only 2 fabric threads. And so it's going over a linen that's thin and a thick linen. It averages out.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. And occasionally you might see a little bit of a flaw. But then don't forget, you never look at your crosses this far away.
Yeah. This is true.
We get so used to seeing things either through a magnifying glass or really close up, like 5 to 10 inches away. Well, don't forget, you don't look at the crosses or any other stitches from that far away most of the time.
When it's done. That's right. Yes.
Thank you, Lorraine. Excellent interpretation. Dory is here. Absolutely. This isn't the end yet.
No.
Oh, no. We've got a whole 20 minutes to go, Dory. You're just in time. You're in the middle. Thank you for joining us. That's wonderful. Look how many viewers we have now.
I know. Yeah, it's great.
And so many people are talking too.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, what was the question you had for the week?
Oh, yes. I thought of a question for the week. Actually, I had several.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're going to go directly to the question of the week is, do you stitch outside on your yard or on the beach, in a park, even outside somewhere else, like in a doctor's office? Would you rather stitch outside or inside your home? What do you think?
Well, I've done both.
Have you?
Yes, I have. And I do like stitching outside. I just don't like the fact that it might get dirty.
I know, right? Yeah. And that's actually, it starts to make me think about the fact that I love gardening, but I don't like the fact that my nails get dirty.
Absolutely. And same with me. I'm
dirt.
Yeah, I get my hands dirty. It's like, oh, no. I'd rather not have hands dirty.
No, like if you were doing something that requires you to always be clean, you tend to want to keep your hands clean a lot anyway. It's just a mental thing. I think you just get used to the fact that, you know, you want to make sure that everything you touch gets or stays clean.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's kind of silly, but the outside or inside question is kind of interesting because Lisa does like stitching on your deck.
Yes.
Right? Not the beach necessarily.
Yeah.
But you go outside and you basically put your whole living room outside.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I do like the light you get from natural daylight.
That's true.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. Do you also put like your magnifier on outside?
Well, I haven't stitched outside for a little bit, so I didn't need a magnifier then. So, but if I were to stitch outside right now, I've got clip-ons magnifiers on my glasses, so I could do it.
Yeah. There is no doubt in my mind I would never stitch outside. I have stitched on the ferry occasionally, or on the bus, you know, or in the airplane occasionally. But I never like it because I don't have all my stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess also I'd stitch for designing, so I need my computer. I need.
Definitely.
If I have a little piece that I can stitch somewhere, I will go. But, well, these days, of course, nobody does anything in the doctor's office. You can't even get in. But the point is, this outside, I don't know. I don't like bugs either.
That's true. You do not like bugs.
I will. I'm one of those people that windmills. Yeah. As soon as there's a wasp or a bee nearby, bee is not so bad, but a wasp or a hornet, oh my God, I will run. Like I run to the nearest place where I can hide. I am so bad. Lisa goes, yeah, it's a wasp, all right. It's not going to hurt you, Thea.
Yeah. And I just keep on eating, and Thea's
I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I'm going to read some of these answers here. I love to see this. Done both. Never outside. Too many flies here. Well, there you go.
That's true.
There you go. We don't like bugs. Lorraine, I feel so much better. I stitch everywhere, even on the bus. Sue stitches inside, which is perfectly, logical to me. Like, it's so sane to stitch inside. It's looked like, to me, crazy to stitch outside.
I don't stitch outside as often as I used to. I actually now knit. That's
outside?
Outside.
Yeah. No, that's good.
That's what I tend to do because I was, tired of carrying the frame and everything else outside.
Yeah, you have to bring everything. Okay, good. I feel so much better.
But I have stitched outside.
When it was really beautiful weather, and when I went to Hawaii, I was there by myself. I had brought some stitching and little designing, and I thought, oh, good, I can do that outside. I sat on my lanai, and there was no bugs, no wasps. And I felt so uncomfortable, like exposed or something. So probably I'm just like now really like an inside stitcher. All the time, says Sylvie, she does stitch both. I'm like, Lisa, dirt, exactly. And Donna needs her magnifying thing. The days I'm using it so much these days. I also found that I bought the Dazor back in the day when I could see perfectly well because I'm a nearsighted person, and I take off my glasses and I can see. Then, and I got more and more and more unable to see, even with different glasses, etc. So now I use my magnifying glass all the time.
You bought that Dazor probably 30 years ago, and it's still in good condition. So,
and I bought replacement bulbs.
Oh, good for you! Yes,
because I don't think you can get those anymore.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. Kathy Shepherd says, I'll stitch anywhere I can. I'm looking at your seaside piece on your wall behind you and itching to start it. My accessory pack is on its way in the mail.
Oh.
Kathy, that's so nice. Which seats? Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. Beach Bowl.
Oceanside something.
Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah. Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah.
She's so good. You remember everything.
No, I had problems with that one. Beach Boulevard. No, that doesn't sound right. So
I was thinking of ambling down the boulevard. Anyway, that's great. It is really a fun stitch. Jillian says inside, as I need my magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Readers, not tinted. There you go. Like that. I've done both, but I do prefer my recliner. Now, there is a good point, Tedra. I know that I like my recliner too.
And probably for Tedra, she sat outside in Arizona, even this time of year, it'd be too hot. Isn't that right, Tedra?
Yeah, I expect so. Joy says, outside when it's warm. I have a new covered patio. Oh, well, covered. That might be really nice. And again, Joy, I think that when you're able to stitch outside and you're not bugged by bugs like I am, or any other condition that kind of distracts from stitching, then it's good. Tammy says she likes to stitch at home, outside. Oh, and when you're camping in your backyard and at karate. I usually do all my stitching inside. It looks to me that it's heavily weighted to inside. Or both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, we wouldn't be stitchers if we didn't also stitch inside. So,
that's right, exactly. But I like Lorraine's. But I do stitch anywhere inside, including trains, planes, and buses.
Okay, picky with the choices.
As long as it's inside, I'll stitch.
I think you're right about that. Absolutely. And ferries. Deborah Brandt says, too lazy to haul the supplies out. Oh, that makes total sense. Janice says, now that I'm older and my eyes are awful, I have to stitch inside near a window with a daylight lamp and a magnifier. That's exactly me. I have that same thing. Oh, but in May, I forgot this. I am getting my eyes done.
Oh, yes.
The first one and then the other. And I've got it set so that I'll be able to see 10 inches perfectly, 10 inches away. I sure hope so. And then it'll be fairly good, even closer than 10 inches. So cataracts, that's what I was thinking of.
So you won't have to wear your glasses to stitch. That's good.
And then I can still use my magnifier if I need to. But my brother had that done, and he said it's like life-changing for someone who used to be nearsighted, because you're used to it.
Absolutely. Being
able to see without your glasses. I can hardly wait. But it's a good thing that I remembered, because I have to make sure that I make an appointment with my doctor so that I'm, allowed to go through with the operation. So
true.
Ding, ding, ding,
yes.
Ding. Anyway, I'm very excited.
I was thinking the vaccine too.
No, there's no problem.
No problem?
No. I'll get it on Sunday, and
then you have time between.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I have an itchy eye today.
That's okay. Tanya worries about pollen in my area. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine yellow pollen on your stitching?
Definitely.
And daylight is wonderful to stitch by. Last summer, our guild had several stitch-ins in the parks around Victoria. Susan, I didn't know that. We were able to, your guild, of course. Our guild, but I have no time. We were able to visit social. That's a lovely thing to do. And those of you who are in guilds, it's a great suggestion for the summer.
Cruise ship, watching the ocean go by.
Okay, that's a nice place to stitch. I like that idea. Me too.
And Tammy has a portable magnifying lens for outside.
Yes, well, the ones that you bring to a class, right? Those are are really cool. Yeah, exactly. Inside, magnifying lens burned a hole in my work. Oh no, Linda!
Wow.
Oh, devastating. Devastating. Hi, I've stitched on a train and a plane. Look, we got little emoticons too, but not outside. I've stitched at work and on my porch, but take knitting everywhere. Ask my family. Okay, Anne. Just get them on board and we'll ask them. Pat says, I'm allergic to any kind of bug bite. Stitch inside, obviously. That makes total sense. I think I'm allergic too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so afraid.
I think you're using that as an excuse and you panic too much. So.
It's true, I do. Marge says, the Florida sun and humidity are too strong to stitch. I don't like the insects in Central Florida. I need my magnifier. My stitching is inside only. That's it. It's kind of a fun thing to read all of your ideas. And
Absolutely.
she calls my ideas like excuses, which,
yeah.
it's pretty harsh, but yeah, you're right.
Well, I have to tell you, the other night we're outside barbecuing, and Bob's a barbecuer, and so all of a sudden he goes, and he's going like this. I said, what happened? He goes, I think it was a murder hornet. I said, no, I saw what flew over your head. It wasn't a murder hornet.
It was a tiny thing. Now that's how it feels to me. And if I really do see one of those big things,
oh, absolutely,
I will have a heart attack.
I'm running inside if I see one of those. Yeah.
And they're not funny.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, they're not funny.
No, they're massive. Those things.
Okay.
I mean,
no.
Yeah.
No,
sorry.
I'm just already. I can't bear it. You're gonna tell stories about them. I don't want them.
No, no stories.
Okay, I like to go into denial. Please.
Okay, you deny. That sounds good.
I've only stitched inside, says Suzanne Healy. I have not tried stitching outside yet. I have stitched in both places, but prefer indoors, says Norma.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that we live by the natural pond with many birds and geese.
Yes.
I do not appreciate their contributions.
No doubt.
Well said. I love the fabric you chose for that beautiful design, and I think that beautiful design is still the
Happiness is a Walk on the Beach, Ocean Boulevard.
Ocean Boulevard design. I hope that's the one.
Can't remember what that one was called.
Happiness is a Walk on the Beach?
No, the fabric.
Oh, I know what it's called.
Coastal something?
Yeah,
Coastal?
It's in the leaflet.
Yeah, it is.
And it is a particular fabric. I love it too. It's so bright. And
I think it was from Picture This Plus. It was...
No, it was a new designer and dyer of linens.
Okay.
Lori, I think her last name, I've forgotten her last name.
Seraphim?
Oh dear, here we are. We're getting older. What can I say? If you need to know, let us know, because we do have the manufacturer and you can always ask for it. I have a question. I've been in search of a magnifying light. Any recommendations, says Sylvie? Well, you guys, do you have any recommendations? Because as I said, I am stuck to my Dazor and it's been working gorgeously and beautifully.
I have an Otlite. Unfortunately, I can't use it right now because the bolt that hooked in the bottom to hold the stand stripped, and so now I need to find a new bolt. Unfortunately, it's an odd size and you can't get it at a hardware store.
Okay, so that doesn't help you at all, but it does tell you that an Otlite might work for you.
It was really good while it was working.
And it's still working.
It's still working.
You can't stand up.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Good. I think that Otlite are really a good current a brand.
Yeah.
Anyone else? I mean, really, anything goes as far as recommendation go, as far as magnifying light. And I do recommend getting the magnifier and the light.
Yes.
Okay, don't just get a magnifier, in my opinion.
No, you want the light as well.
Yeah, I mean, you said it already, Sylvie, so there should be no problem. But I know that you can just get a magnifier, relatively easily. And some of them, if they're less expensive, that means the lens can be a little bit distorting. So be careful about that. But unless you have the light that comes from the magnifier light, you're actually shadowing your stitching with that magnifier.
Absolutely. Because you want a big enough... area to see through.
Yeah, that's right. And your field of view has to be fairly large. So Mary stitches inside mostly. We do have some nice weather. I open all the doors and enjoy the cooler days that way. That's smart, Tedra. Outside some pretty nice days under a tree. Just have to be careful of birds.
Yeah.
Exactly. Inside, says Kathy Lamp. Nice to see you. I haven't said hello to you yet. Gail says, and I haven't said hello to Gail either. I like stitching inside, but I take my stitching on vacation and have stitched on a sailboat in front of my family cabin. And then each piece brings good memories.
Yep, that's nice.
What a nice thing to do. I don't know about you, but I used to take a book along with me that would be like a little bit of a history or a travelogue or something of the places that I'd visit. So I'd get, kind of acclimatized. Like when I went to Greece when I was young, I had a book on Greece. It wasn't like a tourist book. It was a bit of history and a bit of character study. And there was a novel as well that I took with me that took place in Greece. So I got, my reading took me into more of the experience.
Right.
And so you can possibly also find designs that take you into the experience.
Definitely, yeah.
I was just thinking, we have international hearts.
Yeah, that would be nice to take.
Yeah. Or if you're going to another state, we have state hearts.
Or Canadian hearts.
Exactly. So I didn't even think about them when I started that story. Thea, did you decide to have both eyes done the same, or one for distance and one for up close? Didn't have to wear glasses after being legally blind. It was magnificent. Yeah, no, I love the idea. Just the idea. But I'm going to do the same on both eyes. I think I'd have a tendency to be annoyed if it's too, I know what you mean, but no, I don't want one for distance. I mean, all my life I've had short-sightedness.
Yes.
So I'm used to wearing glasses, and I'll have to get new new lenses put in anyway. I find that mid-range, now that I'm older, I find mid-range, like looking at the grocery shelves to see the price. I find that so annoying because I could see it if it was far away, or I could see it if it's up close. But if it's just that mid-range, I find that so annoying.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get a special pair of shopping glasses.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, Jennifer. Hello, Jeanette Zabrowski. Nice to see you. She made a cover for her Light magnifying lens, and that's a good idea.
Yep.
Because what can they do? Those lenses. What can they do?
They can burn. Mine has a plastic cover on it already.
On the Light?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
See? Yes. And someone else mentioned that it's possible to burn your things.
Yes.
Sue says I've tried stitching outside, but I'm too distracted by outside.
Yeah.
Now that's a good point. Yeah, as soon as you sit outside, you just want to look and see what's happening. That's true. And, oh no, says Nina, mine burned a hole in my chair.
Wow.
Yeah, getting a cover or putting a cover on it, so important. Pat, thank you. I feel so much better. I like to stitch inside in the summertime up here in the northern Saskatchewan. The mosquitoes are so big.
Yes. Yeah.
My idea of hell. Burned a hole. Oh, yeah, exactly. Even with the blinds almost shut, still burnt a hole. Okay, you guys, now that we're talking about magnifiers, maybe that is something that we have to emphasize. Yeah. Put something on your magnifier, or make sure that it's like 20 feet away from, well, not even then, because the sun can glance in during the summer, can't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it looks to me like everyone's got opinions and different ways of doing things.
Exactly. Joy, thank you for that. I will try.
Lee Valley, they have all sorts of things.
Yep.
For what?
Oh, the bolt for my magnifier.
There you go. And you know what the size has to be?
No, I'll take it with me.
Okay.
And I think there is a Lee Valley.
There certainly is. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Actually, I might send Bob, because he likes to go to Lee Valley anyway. So, you know.
Well, I also want to mention that they have all different sizes of bolts in the Home Hardware in Sydney.
Okay.
And they have metric as well as imperial measurements. So it could be that one is metric and one is imperial. I'm not sure.
Could be.
They do have a lot.
Great.
I have a Floor Daylight, which has a 5 times. Oh my, 5 times.
Yeah.
It looks to me like, Tedra, you are set. That's great. Magnifying light is on the pole. That's good. And I find the attached magnifier tends to get in my way when stitching. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But, you know, if you don't have any other choice, you can't see it any other way, then having one.
Yeah, better than not stitching at all.
That's right. Oh, and 50% off at these places. So cool.
Yes. Yeah. Quite often, Michaels will have 50% off their Ott lights.
And Diane Registoff said that you can get an Ott light that converts from floor to table. Is that correct?
Yes, you can.
Pull it out and put it on the stand. That would be really useful. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Mine's just a table one.
Janet Bott uses a loop, which is another way to do it. But I don't think... I'm not sure. I have not seen a loop that has light in it as well.
Oh,
have you seen that before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen some magnifying lens covers, but to me they look like they would be in the way of stitching. What do you do with your cover when you're trying to stitch?
Pops up.
It pops out?
No, it doesn't pop out. But you can pop it up and fold it back.
But wouldn't that be in the way of your hand and stuff?
No.
Doesn't seem to be. No. Okay.
Okay. See, I've not used it for stitching. I've used it when I'm editing.
Right. So she hasn't used it with stitching. So
No.
I think that's a good point because you do need lots of ability to move your hands.
Exactly. When I'm stitching, I have those little clip-ons that I put on my glasses.
There you go. So there's that. Yeah. Okay. We are definitely, we're at 10:20. Your answers were just fascinating.
That was a good question.
It certainly was. And thank you so much for all of your participation. And now we have just a few little things to go.
Yes.
One of them is that we have another sale on this weekend. It's, I think that in the springtime, I get this feeling that everything is like burgeoning. It's like, you know, starting.
Exactly.
Everything is new and exciting because the birds are chirping and the leaves are, anyway. I love sitting in my garden. I love being in my garden. I don't love the bugs, but but I can run always inside. But anyway, being in the garden and making a garden grow. So having a garden is one of the luxuries that we don't always have. And when you do have one, you really enjoy it and you really love to have that option of being able to be out in it and make things grow, right? Seeds.
Definitely.
Starting your tomato plants.
Yeah, I love it when my husband plants the garden and I can watch it grow.
You know, it's you've got a role. You guys are a team. He makes the garden.
He makes the garden.
And what do you do?
And I tell him where to put things.
Yes, and you harvest the garden. You get all the good stuff.
I do the harvest, yes. Exactly.
But that's your vegetable plot. Then there's also all your flowers, etc. Anyway, I love gardens, and you may have seen it throughout my stitching. There are so many gardens. So we have gardens on sale. So you can stitch a garden if you don't have a garden, or as you're planting your garden, you can stitch another garden.
Yes.
So I thought that I would tell you that because that's on our sale page online. And of course, I always send you an email. So I wanted to show you some of the little gardens that we have.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you things that we haven't usually shown you because we have shown the spring garden before. And the summer garden. Oh, but the tropical garden, which I really like because many of you live in tropical climates. Like people in Florida could really relate to this one. Look at the fishes. Oh, this is just not. Oh, there we go. There we go. And all of those fishes. And you see the waterfall at the top there with the palm tree. The palm tree is really fun to make. And of course, the ubiquitous Florida symbol of Florida, which is the
flamingo.
Thank you. my brain isn't working. And this is a tropical garden. Now, all of these little tiny gardens, I call them little, tiny, but they are packed full of details.
They are, absolutely.
This tropical garden was really, really fun to make up, and I don't know how it is to stitch like after it's done, but in my opinion, it was the best.
It was fun to design.
Really, really fun. I especially love the waterfall at the top. And we've done the summer garden before, but I'm not sure if you've seen the desert garden.
We might have shown it over the years, but you know, it's a nice one to show. True.
This is the desert garden, you guys. And in the desert, you'll find, like in Arizona, for instance, Tedra, you'll find adobe and these weird cactuses. I had to look a lot of stuff up. But all this is taken from symbols that really give you an idea that this is, you know, you're living in the desert or you're visiting a desert, and that's a desert garden. Desert gardens, you really have to water by yourself. So you can't put sprinklers on, so I made sure that there wasn't a sprinkler going. Anyway, so the desert garden, it's got all of the symbols that you would associate, hopefully, with a desert. And if you wanted to see, let's see, the seaside, this is another one that I just love.
I love the seaside,
summer, because we have the seaside here. I'm going to show you this one too. So at the seaside, this one actually is the Fiskard Lighthouse. And so that's the one from Victoria. And I put it in there because it's familiar to me. Then there's starfish. And as you can see, there are flowers there, but there's also a seagull and some shells and a little garden with another seagull. And then at the bottom, this is the kind of view that we're so used to around here because we just are surrounded by ocean and even have a bunch of lakes. So this one is really nice too. I wanted to show you a few because up close and personal, they really look a lot different than they do like this on the leaflet.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So have a look at those, and when they're actually, I think they're going to be on sale as soon as we're finished this. Then I'll make sure that they are started. And all the gazebos are also on sale.
Yes.
So all garden samplers are on sale. And if you look on the sale page on our website, all of them are pictured there as well. I just really wanted you to have a good look at them a little bit up close. Here in the Czech Republic, they call the backyard a garden, even though it doesn't necessarily have a garden. Took me a little while to realize that.
So they might not necessarily plant a garden, but it's the backyard, so it's called a garden.
Exactly. Brenda Lichleyer says woodland garden. And I think she said, I finished it recently. So I'll show you the woodland garden Brenda's been doing. And I think I saw that. This one has colors that you wouldn't believe. And that's because I chose an overdye that has these gorgeous colors in it. And so all throughout the woodland garden, you'll see these wonderful overdyed colors. Woodland doesn't necessarily mean autumn either. It just means that, you know, you're near the woods.
Near the woods.
Associated with the woods. Very nice. Are there any others there that we can see? The old cottage garden is amazing. They're all the same size too.
Yes.
Exactly the same size. So you can do a few of them and frame them all at the same time. This one is the cottage garden, and I just love the cottage roof. Took me like, I don't know, 4 or 5 tries to get it right.
You a couple of times.
Oh yeah. I sure did. And every time I unpicked it, I thought, nope, it's got to be right, because it is the focus.
Yeah, definitely.
The little cottage garden. This is one of the first ones I ever did, and gave me an idea of making more and more gardens. I'm thinking of making another garden.
I think that's a great idea.
A Japanese garden.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cute, everyone? You could have those bonsai trees and the lantern and the little red bridge.
Yeah.
I can just see it now. Butcher Gardens has a beautiful Japanese garden.
Definitely does.
And sand and rocks in the sand and just gorgeous. Zen garden, I think.
Cherry blossoms.
Oh, cherry blossoms. And those red maples.
Red maples.
Those little split leaf maples. Anyway, I was thinking of doing that. So what do you think of that idea? Let us know. Let me know so that I know, oh, yeah, no, they're not interested. Or, yeah that would be cool.
Well, Yvonne said that would be great.
Thanks, Yvonne. The fun thing about these little gardens is that they take a little while to, make, but they don't really take a lot of time to stitch.
That's true.
And you're never bored. Because
they usually have all sorts of color in them.
And little stitches that aren't too challenging, but you can still do something with them. And to me, being bored with anything is like, no, don't do that.
Why would you do that?
So each little line, each little band is short. Yeah. Right? You do it for a while. Go, oh, good. Now I can go on to the next one. So I really like the little gardens for that. Whip that Japanese garden out this week.
Yeah.
Okay, Donna. I'm going to whip it out to you, and you can do the stitching. How about that? That would be cool. Lynn has a lighthouse series that would be fun. Oh, lighthouse garden. Okay. Yes, I think that you're right. All lighthouses are fascinating, but for some reason they don't speak to me as a subject. And I'm going to be honest with you, even though I love seeing other people's versions of stitched or even just pictures of lighthouses. They're so romantic.
Yeah.
But I think I have so many other things that I would rather do before I do lighthouses that it might be at the, really at the end of the line. But thank you, Lynn. It's a very nice idea. Love the cottage garden house. Reminds me of a thatch home from Scotland. Exactly. Sure, Thea. I love that one, Donna. I'm just going to keep that phrase right in the top of my head. Whip that Japanese garden out this week. I love it. Thank you. You made me smile. Janet says, I went to Japan last January. Would love a Japanese garden. Thank you. Oh, good. Sounds pretty. Yes. You are all going yes. Yeah. A big yes. Oh, look at this. Love everything. I love to add a little geisha and a kimono, probably. Cool. At least I hope I'm not, misinterpreting what that would look like. And Sharon likes the idea. Dawn says, okay. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Yeah, it's something that we talked about, Donna, some time ago. So just between you and I think we should maybe resurrect that idea. It'd be kind of fun to do. And you do an amazing job. So Mary says, I love stitching several of the gardens.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jeanette. Well, that's all I needed to hear to get going on that. I'm in the middle also of making, shall I tell them?
Sure.
Okay, days of the week.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm in the middle of not making, but doing the design part of things.
Charting it.
Thanks, Suzanne. Charting the days of the week. And I didn't know what I was going to do to make the theme work. So I ended up, because there was so much response to the cat sampler, I ended up putting in little black cats. Like they're all black.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can change the color of them if you want to. But they're not black cats. They're more like silhouettes of cats. You know, the black silhouettes. And then they are doing and being involved with various different things. And they're all outside. They're not stitching, so they could be outside. So they're, you know, like I can see one walking along the fence rail or something like that. And then, of course, there's the name of the day of the week. So that's my attempt so far at getting the days of the week started. And they're not big. They're like little squares. And hopefully they'll all form a bunch of little pillows.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, I think that's a great idea.
The good idea about it is they're small. And you can do them really quickly.
Yeah, they won't take long to stitch.
No, exactly. And it looks like cute idea. That's great. Thank you, Sylvie. I think that I'm not able to explain it very well. So eventually, as soon as I get a design.
Once one is confirmed, then...
Yeah, I can show you the first one. For instance, I think I started on a Monday. Maybe I should start on a Sunday. No, Monday. And then you rest at the end.
That's right. Exactly. You see a lazy cat at the end.
Exactly. But that Japanese garden really, it sounds to me like it's really done.
I think it would be a good one to do.
Okay, that's it. That's a done deal.
This is time.
By next week. No.
That's right. Design it and get it started by next week.
Thank you so much for hanging in there, you guys. You were just amazing. And thank you for your participation. Because if I ask you, what do you think? You all seem to have not just supportive comments, but also show us what would really work.
Yes.
Because we don't talk to any stitchers from here except you guys. And you are our favorite, what do you call it, group? There's a group that you have that allows, like in marketing, it's your focus group.
Yes.
You're our focus group at the same time. Oh, good. I remembered a word.
Yes, Janet, that was also a thought too.
What's that? What about finishing the days of the week as blocks?
Yes.
Actually, you're right. We did have that thought.
We did have.
Thank you, Janet, because that's a very good way to do it. Because they look cute with their little presents, like their little presents. Love that. Hawaiian garden. Tanya, Hawaiian garden is almost a little bit like our tropical garden. Because that's when I thought of tropical, I thought of Hawaii. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I'd do another one that's similar. I like the idea of another garden, though. And it's true that there are so many different kinds of gardens.
Yes.
Japanese is something I've never touched, and I love them. Okay, you guys, are you ready for your, what do you call this? Stitch along. Oh, yeah, that.
Stitch along Friday.
Okay, so you got to focus here today. Focus for the focus group. Here is the stitch along pattern. And look, you've got some people in there. That's probably what you've been waiting for. And you can tell that I was thinking of the Easter basket a little bit too. So make of this what you will. You don't have to use the same colors. You can use any colors you like. This one actually is just fun and has a lot of flowers already in it. I just got the feeling that April for us anyway was more spring-like.
Yes.
So it's fun putting in all those colors.
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't worry. May will probably be really depressing.
Yeah. No.
I have to be sure to do this before I get my eyes done, don't I?
Yes.
I'll have to do June before I get my eye done.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I think we're probably at the very end. Thank you, Suzanne. Yay. I'm glad you like it so far. So good. All of you, thank you for joining us here.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
We have a lot of things to cover, and I don't know why, but I have a feeling that I must have had an extra cup of coffee this morning.
Oh.
Chit-chat, chit-chat, chit-chat.
You're just a chatty person, that's all.
I'm a chatty person until I'm not.
That's true.
And then I'm like, true. Not.
Yeah, like after we're done here, I probably won't see Thea for the rest of the day.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
And even when people talk to me about things that they're interested in, I'll be quite quiet and listen.
Yeah.
Until they're asking me my opinion.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God.
That's why you're the leader.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Thanks all. I think we're going to say goodbye. I'm going to end live video right here.
Until next week.
And are you going to be also saying goodbye?
I am.
Are you excited?
Goodbye. Until next week.
Goodbye.